What's up, guys? Welcome to Untamed and Unhinged Reptile Podcast. And I got John May from Super Serpents, now Ark Adventures, as a founder. No, you're good. So go ahead, John. Tell us what's going on and how you've been. You know, what's going on with everything.
Oh, I've been good. Like you said, I started off as Super Serpents. I, as a kid, wasn't allowed to have reptiles. You know, the normal things. Eventually got married. We had the snakes too, and we all kind of jumped in and started, and then wound up buying a store, and then we grew from there. And like, you may go more in detail with that, or I guess I'm skipping a part. We did birthday parties for a while and school shows for schools. We did for war vets and special need classes. I've done a bunch of assisted livings, a bunch of homeschooler events, or like different co-ops they have. They get together, have a field day or a kid day, or in my case, animal days. And then that's when we met the guy that I bought my store from, which was cool to have a store. It got to be too. I had too much of a conscience. I couldn't just sell anything to anybody to make $1, and decided I enjoyed the stores a lot more. I mean the not stores, the shows, and then we kept doing shows. Kept feeling I have a calling for something else. How I wanted to run my shows, how I presented everything. And we went to, I don't know if anybody's ever been there, but Kentucky, Dixontown, Kentucky. Was it Dixontown? No, I lied. Williamsontown in Kentucky, where the Ark Encounter is, where they rescaled, remodeled, you know, almost to the T what they think the Noah's Ark looked. And that opened a lot of doors. And we went from there and started Ark Adventures. That uses basically the story of Noah to do how we do our shows, and how they would have lived in the ark, and how basically presenting the word of God through Noah's Ark, and the kids, help get them, I guess you would say, get them to church, because I work in all the children ministries at my church, and so that's where we have gone from there. And then, like you said recently, well, you haven't said, but we were talking earlier.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead. I want to know, like, how. I know when you came up with Ark Adventures, like, how did that impact you on health? Because I know your health has been up and down, life wise. You know, when you came up with this, like, how did it help you branch out more?
You know, I've had last 2 years, I've had surgery, which impacted us in a horrible way, in a way. I mean, it's opened more doors, but the problem is where I was focusing as a breeder was reticulate python, and mostly mainlands. I invested, you know, a lot of money in for certain genetics to get ahead of the game.
I want to say sorry for your loss on that breeder retic that you were talking about in that ministry live you did. Sorry about that, brother. Sorry about your loss. For those of you who don't know, John was on another podcast. It was a minister podcast. I think it was for his church.
It's for Tennessee.
And John's going places. He's been on different podcasts. He's been in another one that actually I thought was the news. and he's just telling me it's another podcast room inside another another podcast in that church. So I was like, that's pretty amazing. So John's going places, guys. So go ahead, John.
Sorry. Uh, so I'm as you know, and most people that know me know I'm an avid bike rider, a biker. I love every kind of bike there is. Well, after having surgery, it got harder and harder to ride. The big retakes got harder and harder to deal with, which was fine at first when you have a whole crew beside you, able to come over and help you manhandle everything. But that got to be less and less. So, as much as it hurts to say, we had to get out of the retake mainlands. It just got where I couldn't handle them on my own. It was doing more damage to my body, and I didn't want the animals to suffer, because I can't do proper care. So we're happily, but also kind of missing them. But at the same time, we're getting back into, I guess, a small collection of ball pythons and just kind of going from there as a breeding wise. But with that being said, we're hoping to be moving. This is going to be leading us to move to Kentucky to work at that creation museum that has all the podcasts and TV studios. And what's cool about this place, if you ever been to a museum at all that has to do anything with animals, most of their castings, which is they put that fossil stuff to help keep the fossils aligned and good and everything. When you go to a museum, 80% of that, 90% of it is fake. They keep it in volts. The real stuff they make fake of the castings, and it's 10% real. This place is 90% real bones, real castings, and 10% of stuff they just can't show because it's too fragile. With that being said, we're hoping this year to go with that place to do some velociraptor digs. They found some bones that they want us to go help to dig with, and then hopefully next year we'll be going to Africa for a week or two to do some studying and also to help maybe another creation museum there. So,
Oh, that's badass. So they're asking, where are you based out of?
I'm sorry,
I know.
Waco, Texas, a small town right outside of Waco, Texas. I can't. I see them, but it's so small for me. I can't really read them.
Hey, turn your phone sideways, long ways.
I don't know if I can do that.
Yeah, it should open. There you go. See? Voila.
Yeah, that's no better for me. But yeah,
Can you read better? Still too small?
yeah.
Well, they're asking where you're based out of. So he's based out of Waco, Texas. You said you're gonna move to Kentucky, bro?
Tennessee, Dixontown, Tennessee. It's 30
Dude,
minutes.
that.
Uh,
So are you gonna fly me out there like once a year?
hey, I'm down. Go big barbecue.
Bro, I'm trying to get to Pomona, Pomona uh, Expo,
Say what?
the reptile expo.
I'm gonna fly with you.
Well, let's go. It's in June, dude. It's like right after my birthday, bro. I'll be 39, bro.
I just turned. Well, I'll say just. It was last year, but I just turned 37 at the end of the year. And you look younger than me, man. That's the sad part.
but I'm not, bro. I broke my arm the other day. Snapped. Went. Yeah, it's been rough. Been rough. Dude, we got some Eva's back. We got Eva. We got Don D. Let me shout these people out. We got Lola's Critters. Is this look? That's who I was talking about. Hit up Irresistible Ball Python. Hit up Nikki. She'll help you out with that.
Awesome.
What you were talking about. I'm pretty sure she could. Because if you seen her work, like when she posted stuff on Instagram or on her TikTok, dude, it's amazing. It's amazing. So you mean yeah? I'll be 51. See, I'm older than you, bro.
I'm 37. I'm 87.
I want to shout out everybody that's here. I appreciate you guys. I haven't been live in a while. I want to say a good 4 or 5 months. I'm not sure, but I'm not about to be a silver fox. I still got a long way,
Hey, there's nothing wrong with it.
bro. I don't know. I just feel like the older you get, the more wiser you get, and
That's a
the
lie.
more humble you get. I don't know. That's what they say, so I don't know.
I'm
But
getting
anyways,
still just as follow what.
so going back to your podcast interview, dude, like you were talking about stepping back from breeding. So you're no longer going to breed ticks anymore, or are you just going to stop?
I can't deal with retics. The size is the thing. Like they're too much. Because I had a bunch. Um, so I found them good homes. I got one more I'm trying to find a good home for, but she's not the most nicest animal when everything. So I'm looking for a home for her. She's a 15-foot tiger retic. She has an attitude problem like no other. She was a breeder when I got her, and they never played with her. They never really handled her unless they had to. So she never gained trust for a human. And she one
She's
minute,
pretty feisty.
huh?
She feisty right now.
Oh, dude, every day. Like she tolerates. If my wife walks by her cage, she's just striking at her. Like you know,
Oh my god. I was gonna say, bro, like I'm about to get a bigger space and I'm moving everything over, and I would take her. I mean, if you want,
you got
but
the.
you gotta drive her up here.
It's intimidating. She's
That's
back to
fine.
the other four.
I'm good, brother. Like that'd be fine with me. I mean, like I
I,
said, and I'm trying to upgrade on racks too right now because I need bigger racks for the other retics.
yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot. That's
Yeah, I got the dwarf retics, and then I got the baby Malin that I got. It's also a super tiger female.
that made.
Not super. It's just a tiger head G stripe. That's what it is.
I've been told my tiger look like a normal tiger. That she could be a blonde or um what's the word? I can't think of it. But they think she's het for something. Um, I got her because somebody else couldn't take care of her. I said I told her I'd always say I'd never get rid of her just because of how she is. I don't want nobody to get hurt. But I'm not doing her any justice. So I need to find somebody who can love her for what she is and understand she has an attitude. Um, so we'll talk. We'll get there.
Dude, I'm definitely been like hitting the books on snakes. I've actually downsized on balls because I'm no longer going to do ball pythons. Actually starting to look into bull snakes. I'm gonna go back to rat snakes because I love rat snakes. I've always loved the rat snakes. I'm just starting to go back to other things that had lit me up with passion to do snakes in the first place when I was a kid. So when I was a kid, my first snake was a rat snake.
Do you like snakes?
Do I like what?
Corn snakes?
Yeah, I have corn. I had corn snakes. They both passed away.
Do you have any balls now?
Yeah, I have some balls left. I'm gonna do what I'm working with, and the balls are just the pides, just pides.
Well, I'm working with clown hide. That's my two teams I'm working with.
Yeah,
Uh,
because you can never go wrong with pied, bro. Everybody loves pied, believe it or not. Like,
I didn't
what's the
like.
first thing? What's the first thing when somebody comes up to a table at an expo asks for? It's either a white snake or a pied snake.
Or a straight black golden child.
Yeah, or a straight black snake. And you're right.
Um,
Oh my god, I'm trying to do a live here,
um,
and
we can
it's
I can compare corn albinos T positive and T negative. If you might want to
what
trade,
are they?
huh?
What are they?
Corn snakes.
Corns?
Yeah.
Oh, I heard you say T positive. I was thinking blood pythons.
Um, did I say T positive? Uh, you might want to trade up, man. I'm trying to get back in the balls, so just saying.
You really are, B? Because I got some balls that that need to go. But I mean, like I said, we'll talk. We'll talk. Make a deal. But like I said, you're gonna have to come down here and get them in the first place.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, man, it's just been a while. So And what else are you gonna get into?
We're not really working because I have mostly pythons. Mostly I had retics. I had a few balls. Um, I have the corns. I have the tegu. I got my berm. I got a Pac-Man frog. Not a Pac-Man. That was uh pixie. The pixie
That
frog.
big one? Is that the big frog?
Well, he's a baby, something like that,
Yeah,
right?
but you're supposed to get big.
Yeah.
Bro, why?
And then
Why is everybody want a big frog that huge? I don't get it.
I have
I'm not.
still, but I'm working on for the show. I'm working more species instead of having pythons like I have been for the last like 3 or 4 years, and have multiple different species to bring out. We have I don't why I don't have it over here, but I have a big display deal that has Noah's Ark on it for the kids and all that. Um, we have two, one right now, I believe two assisted living that we do shows for monthly. And you would think, dude, you would think these. I mean, I'm not trying to be ugly when I say this, when you got like 90-year-old people living in these assisted living, they'd be deathly scared of snakes. And so far, I got a woman that was 103 years old to play with my big berm, and she loved it. They're so I can't tell you if it's just because they really like snakes. I think it's more because they're lonely and they need attention of some kind. But I usually will leave in tears because it's such a fun experience, and to show that kind of give that back to somebody that deserves it.
Bro, I'm gonna refer to something back in that podcast you did with that minister guy. Um, when he was like, we're taught that all snakes are bad snakes, like, but like what you're doing to go out there and teach people, like, not all snakes are bad snakes. They're all just misunderstand.
Exactly.
Um, so
And
what you're doing, bro, is amazing. And like he said too, you're like going out and reaching out to kids, reaching out to families. You're like getting your name out there. The Ark Adventures, of course, you're using the Noah's Ark, which is also amazing because one, what did they teach us in church? That snakes are bad.
right,
It's in the
the
Bible,
cool
right?
and like overlooks. You look at the story of Moses. Uh, when they murmur, and then all of a sudden God sends down the serpent, they start biting and killing everybody. And what do they say? He makes a brazen serpent. He says, look and live. They use the serpent in a good way too, but that's never spoken of, because serpents are so, like you said, just taught that they're just evil all the way around. And if you look at it, and what I've got deeply into in the last few months is creation science. And if we didn't have snakes, dude, we would be so overran with rodents and all kinds of other like stuff like that, because their purpose and their main purpose is basically control. It's a rodent control for the earth. And if we didn't have them, we'd be overran. I mean, you've bred rodents, I breed rodents. It don't take long to get a couple hundred in no time.
Bro, hell no. Those things breed quicker than, I mean, quick, bro. But ASFs do take long to grow when they're coming up from babies. Yeah, they take a minute, but still, like by the time they get up there, they're already porking out babies. You know, like popping them out. Boop, boop, boop. So she's asking, do you make appearances at Texas Reptile Expos?
I've been to a couple. I haven't done any myself, but that's the plan for this next 2 years, is to, because one of my closest friends is a teacher at a big college here, and he breeds. So I'm going to be helping him do expos pretty soon, and he's kind of on the same basis I am. How he looks at teaching about God through animals, and basically through science, that showing that science actually can prove the Bible is real. So we're about. He's got breeding projects. I got some. We're going to be helping each other do expos here pretty soon.
Dude, that's bad. That's awesome. I was gonna say bad, but it's awesome. I gotta cut down the cussing, bro. I gotta cut down on the cussing. We got kids watching, so I mean, you know. But I was gonna ask you another question back to the podcast because like I said, I watched that whole podcast, bro.
I appreciate that.
You did really good on that. Um, But I was gonna ask you something else. Oh yeah, so back on that, where if it weren't for snakes, we'd be overpopulated with rodents. And he said something else. If it wasn't for something else, we'd be overpopulated with that too. And I can't remember what it was. Um,
Guy before me, which is the friend I was talking about, he specifies is in an, like little insects, and also how the stuff is made. It's called the cleanup process of amoebas and all that, how they break down different materials. Like, you think about it, if you ever been around a septic tank, they're full of like little germs that eat all that stuff. We think that's disgusting, but if you were one of those things, like, oh, this is the best day of my life, you know what I'm saying? So there's different types of that the world we have in this world that we just don't see and even realize is there. Like what are they called when you make spring, clean up your cages. So
and so have you heard like anything on US Ark or what's going on with US Ark?
I ran across it, but my daughter was running fever. We just found out she has the flu, so I've been tracking. But yeah, I heard it was in Arizona. They're making it where they can kind of just knock your door down and check you out, what you got, and all that.
Yes, Arizona needs to actually come together, which I know they will. Arizona has a lot of breeders out there. They're gonna go and fight that. I hope and hopefully they win because they're talking about, I guess, taking their animals. From what I read,
Wow.
yeah, it's crazy. If I read that right, if not, then somebody can please correct me. But I think that's what it said that they were gonna go and take their animals from their doors or something from their houses.
I mean, and
It's po-
if I remember right, has a couple big time things out there, right, in the reptile world.
Yeah, you got Rodriguez out there. Well, of course, Levi's out there. You got
That store
I
that
don't know.
um,
There's quite a few people out there. I mean, there's a lot. The pet shop from, and you got Vanessa out there from US Art. Oh, and Daenerys. I think Daenerys out there too, Tarantula spiders. And which you'll know, bro. Right now, I'm about to get a tarantula, which is a T. Sidonia. Do you know what that is?
yeah, I knew it would.
Bro, I faced my fears. I went and hung out with Daenerys at one of the reptile expos here in
Huh?
Shirts, Texas, and I met her there, and she gave me a tarantula to handle, and I was shaking, bro. I was so nervous. I was shaking though. But what's up, Elias? I appreciate you coming here, being here, supporting. But yeah, so I was shaking with a tarantula in my hand, dude. I was so nervous, and it was just crawling all over me. But it was a baby, but still, man, it's just,
I bite it.
man, I was dropping bullets, bro. But she's like, don't twitch. It knows when you're scared. Don't twitch.
Yeah.
And but I did it, brother. I did it. I hold the tarantula. I posted it, and now I want one.
Oh, they're amazing. My the one like 2 years old. That was my first. Uh, I have a couple. I have an Arizona blonde. I want to get another, and I was actually going to contact you not too long from now. There was a couple of guys that you did a live with that they specialize in tarantulas, and
You're talking about Ichi Richie and Cucaracha Plug, right?
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, those guys are really awesome, bro. Like if you haven't talked to them in person, you should. They're really awesome. Um, and I want to ask you another question. Like, how do you feel about Brian Barchek and
Oh, that's
all that goes?
I'm kicking myself horribly because when we went to Kentucky to go to the Ark encounter, it was only a few more hours away. And my wife's like, I kind of planned for us to go. We're gonna go to the Reptarium. I'll let you meet them. Have fun that day, kind of thing. And I was drained. I drove like nearly 20 something hours straight to get there, and I was like, I'm out of it. I don't feel like going any more driving more than going home. And I'm kicking myself because that was like my one opportunity, man. Because he uh, learned a lot from him through the years, and then And I just learned, but just his whole content was just interesting. It was fun to watch. There was always something to make you smile and laugh. And to have that dream, to have that kind of zoo was my dream too. So watch him grow from this breeding to that was kind of really inspiring, to show that in time stuff will happen. You just got to be patient.
Bro, can I say something? And I don't know if you'll let me say this, but it's about like your accidents and everything. Can I talk about that or no?
Yeah, I don't mind. Go ahead.
I just want to say, like, dude, you're really inspiring, bro, because of everything that you've been through, like your motorcycle accident, going into the hospital because of your minor strokes, and you coming back out and still pressing on, bro. Like, that inspires me, because I've had two minor heart attacks, a minor stroke, and I still trying to gather myself and keep trucking. I'm debating, like, I've debated a couple of times to, like, just give up. And then I got people telling me not to give up, keep going. And then out of all that too, you find a way to stay out of the drama. Like, I've never seen you in any drama. Like, how do you avoid all of that? How do you?
I don't pick sides. I have people that contact me about whatever's going on and how they feel about somebody else. And I tell everybody, I've had this conversation with everybody I've known. But I'm not going to jump on nobody's bandwagon because I wasn't there for the. To me, my pastors always told me if you didn't hear somebody say it, they didn't say it, and that has saved me in so much in drama in life. Yeah, I know they probably said it, but with that mindset, I don't go looking for trouble. And everybody has bad days. I've been done really wrong by people who's really close to me in the reptile community. I've had ideas stolen from me and watching people make money off my ideas. And it's so hard not to get bitter and make you want to, like you said, it makes you want to walk away. You get so discouraged sometimes, but I have to remember this is what I was given to do. I can't let somebody else's flaws stop me, and I have to fight my own flaws enough in life, my own stupidity things I do, and get over them. So to focus on somebody else's energy, unless they're outright just hurting somebody physically or anything like that, I don't really get involved. I let whoever wants to talk de-stress. I don't go get mad at nobody else. I just try to be biased, I guess is the word. I just I don't want to pick sides. I don't want to lose a friendship over somebody else's argument. Eventually they're going to work out at one point in time. It might never be cool again, but they're going to solve it at one point in time, and then then I pick the side, and now I'm gonna lose another friend. To me, it's just I don't want to be that guy. I'm here to teach what little information I do know and have fun with it and meet people, not to.
And I agree, brother. I agree. Like, I don't ever pick sides. You already know me. We've known each other for what?
Couple years
2 years? Yeah, maybe 2 or 3, right?
You saved me the first time you filling my store up for me.
Yeah, bro. When he told me that you needed help, I was like, I got you, dude. I'm there for anybody who needs help. I'll always be there for anybody.
Yeah, don't use me a dime. Just money when you sell them. Like that blew my mind. Like because it was a mutual friend between those introducing us, I wasn't expecting that. I didn't, and for you just to come out and say that, it was just like it. I knew like right then, you're gonna be good, because you gave me time to trust me. That being said, not to go into too much of a detail, when the store shut, I had to step back and say, all right, I'm going to take care of them, I'm going to get right with this person. I'm getting right with a few people that they probably feel like I did them wrong, but slowly getting right with them and fixing what my little mistakes were. And I think that's the whole point. It might not be today, it might not be tomorrow, but I'm making that next step to fix whatever went wrong. And if you're not willing to fix nothing and be wrong in your life, you're never going to have any friends or be happy. So,
yeah, but a lot of people are out there still saying, like, you don't need those kind of people in your life anyway. But like Brian Bragtrack just said before, like, I guess in one of his little videos before he passed away, was you got to fix some broken bridges. And he went back and he said he tried to fix some he couldn't fix, some he did. And then Brian Cusco made another reel like not too long after that about fixing broken bridges and you know making amends with the people because you never know how long you're gonna have.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
know,
And
so that's
my
what I.
kids, you can go fix it. They won't let you. You can do what you can. They won't let you fix it. Now it's not. It's not. It's not in your hands anymore. Your hands are clean. It's between them and God now. It's. I did what I was supposed to do. You rejected me fixing this situation. If you're not allowed, that's not on my hands anymore. You can't fix everything. Some people are so angry and bitter they're not going to let you, and you got to look past it sometimes. I did what I could. Move on.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, oh man, I hate to say this on live, but since we're talking about it, dude, it's just hard for me to swallow my pride and make amends sometimes.
Yep.
Because that's all I got is my pride. Since my dad passed away, it's all I live off of. You know, so for me to swallow my pride and try to go make amends with people, that did me dirty or turned their backs on me, it's hard, bro. It's hard for me. But I am kind, like, to when I meet people or I introduce people or I bring them onto the show. I want to show them that I'm not gonna push them out of the hobby like some other people have done to other breeders or up and coming breeders or keepers or.
Is I tried working with them when I first started retics or animals, period, and they had me so mad at the industry, I almost walked away. And that's when I started meeting the people that were just starting off, and I had more fun. And nothing against all the other big time name people. I ain't ever tried with anybody else that are big timers. It was in our view, but working with starter off breeders and mid range breeders has been more fun for me because they don't mind sharing. They don't get this mindset where you got to do it on your own, figure it out. You know, I got you. I got a few people I can call it with the dumbest question when it comes to genetics, and they're not going to laugh at me. So
Bro, to this day, I still got people like calling me, messaging me. Even though like I'm going through my own stuff, I put all of that aside just to answer their question. Like, what was it? My buddy died. My buddy passed away. He killed himself.
I
Um,
hear that.
and I wasn't doing too hot. Bro. Like the 2 days later after that, I wanted to kill myself. um, so I was in a rough spot, but like then people started reaching out more and they started talking. Can you help me with this? Can you help me with that? Can you do this for me? And it's never about money for me. I always tell them it's a donation. When I send them my cash app, it's whatever you want to give me. So when people ask me to help them with something like a logo or emo or whatever it may be, dude, I tell them just donate whatever you want to give me. I'm not about money. I'm here about friendship, love, family. That's what I'm trying to do,
Caring.
build a family. So I'm not, like I said, I'm not that guy that's just gonna close the door on you, just turn my back on you and walk away. But I mean, I've done that to some people, yes, but it is hard to swallow my pride, which I need to go back and through that door and open it and try and make amends. But I'm ready, I'll do that. Right now, I can't, you know. But uh,
Anyway, back to the happy stuff. We love snakes.
yeah, back to happy stuff. Yeah, we love snakes. So what are your next plans going forward? Like,
so,
what's your next step after this?
so the plan is to be moving to Tennessee within the next 2 years. Hopefully, we're somewhat talking to that place that I did the podcast with, and we're praying and hoping that I'll be outside of my personal, real deep personal stuff like my Burmese and my daughter's snakes and my breeding projects, but all the other stuff that I have that people have donated or we did little rescues here and there, is the donate it to them, set it up as a walk-in zoo, and then I can do my shows inside the and be the basically be the zookeeper there inside of that place and work there for them. Do what I'm doing now, but in a museum that has a giant auditoriums and I don't know what it's called, but they had that big room. It's one big giant screen. You know, it's a circle. Yeah, it's what's it called?
I want to say like a screen room.
Oh,
I think that's what they're called.
oh, hey Cheryl, what's that room
What's
called?
up, Bosa? Man, I haven't seen Bosa forever. To see him on my YouTube again is crazy, man.
Tennessee
And
Tree.
why y'all? I
Giant room.
bet y'all are asking why I'm outside. Why not? Look at this. It's beautiful outside today. Look at this. So beautiful.
What's that called?
It's beautiful outside today. So why not do a podcast outside? Especially we're talking about Ark Adventures, and he's Noah, so we
I,
outside. So what is it called?
I don't. Planetarium. That's what it's called.
Oh, nice. Okay, okay.
But yeah. Um,
Bro,
hope,
I've actually been to a planetarium now that you talk about that.
yeah, they're
Like, I've been to one in Pittsburgh, and that one was super gorgeous, bro. Gorgeous. Like, just, I know what you're talking about, so yes, go on.
yeah. So that's if not, we'll probably be moving to Florida. But
If you move to Florida, you can't have Burmese or retics, right?
yeah, I know.
Oh, man, that's going to be hard for you, especially if you're a big handler, snake handler. You know what I'm saying?
So we don't know. There's other plans in that way. Another team. Um,
What happened?
as a living, and so you know we got different things I'm praying about. If we do go on the road, do we find a place to buy and make into an Airbnb so that way when we come home to visit, we have a place to crash until we get ready to leave again. Things going on. So one step at a time. So
I don't see why not. Like, I don't see why you wouldn't do that. If you're, like, if you're planning on coming back, then yeah, why not? So my next questions are going to be kind of rough. I just want to know, like, so who inspired you in the hobby? Who has inspired you in the hobby is my question. Like, who's a big role model for you?
so a lot of people know him. I believe so. For to get into snakes, believe it or not, I was really deep at the time watching Prehistoric Pets, and I love watching his time. Uh, but
A lot of people don't like that guy right now, brother.
yeah, I don't know. So, and that's another thing. If I'm hearing that too, I'm kind of once again staying out of it. That's no longer my thing. Um, anyways, so but yeah, and then when I started getting into, I don't know what I was watching, but I saw somebody do a show, and my wife at the time, because I had 1,000,001 hobbies already that was taking tons of money, she's like, no more hobbies unless they can pay for themselves, and that's what I started doing that. And our church has what they call popcorn preaching. It's at the end of the year, New Year's Eve, we get all the upcomer like preachers and school teachers. They get like 5 minutes on the main stage, and we have a huge auditorium, big cameras. We're live streaming all the time. And I learned that cameras bothered me and almost passed out on the middle of the stage. I think I still have fingerprints in the podium because I was like holding on. So
Were you nervous or just scared?
both. Cameras used to bother me bad, like horribly. Right now, I couldn't even do this. 10 years or in high school, I wouldn't be able to do this. But that's how I started Super Serpents. Wanted more money to buy more animals, but also to used to doing public speaking, and it really built my confidence in the last couple of years because you face do public.
So my next question is, what's up, Tanner? Um, I know you're planning on moving to Tennessee, but like, are you trying to buy more snakes, for Ark Adventures to show, or they're gonna provide you snakes, or how's that gonna work?
I'm buying a couple more. I want to get in. I'm trying to. There's one called a gaboon. Everybody know what a gaboon viper is. But there's one. If you haven't heard of it, you need to look it up. It is one of the coolest things I've ever seen in my life. It's a spider tail viper. It's a viper that lives in Iraq on the edge of cliffs. It has a tail. It looks like spider legs all over it. When it moves, it looks like a spider walking on the rocks.
Oh, I've seen that, bro. That's crazy. Yeah, I've seen that.
Well, there's a guy.
I saw. That's awesome, bro. Go on. I'm sorry.
No,
I just know what you're talking about because I saw that on Instagram the other day. His tail was a spider, and they try to like bite it, and then when the bird tries to grab it, the snake jumps out and kills the bird.
midair.
Yeah.
I found out about those about 4 months ago, man. And a friend of mine is a breeder here too. He's like, I know somebody that breeds them. They have a pair they're trying to get rid of. I said, man, I don't have a heart room yet. I can't. So that's kind of my next adventure. Maybe I can't have giant snakes that can kill me, but I can have vipers,
Hell yeah, bro. I don't see why not. Like, and that's my next day. I'm trying to find a venomous handler so we can talk about venomous keeping. And I think the person I'm gonna ask, she's also a herpetologist, so she probably have a lot of information, a lot of educational stuff, like you do. But we only got like 3 minutes, brother. So
I'm about fast.
yeah, that did actually it did because we just kept talking. But I want to know if you have like anything else you want to tell us, anything you got in plan. But I'm gonna bring you back, of course, for part 2, but probably later on.
Awesome.
So
follow us. You watch us on Facebook, Instagram. We'll eventually start working towards YouTube. Like right now, the latest thing I've done was take a miniature horse into a assisted living building and walk them around, let people, the elderly pet them. That was the most coolest thing I ever did so far. Just kind of watch and support us, by following. You got any ideas? Don't be scared to tell me. It won't hurt my feelings. Man, thanks for the support.
bro, I actually need to jump in the Discord, brother. We have a Discord, and they're awesome people in there, bro. Awesome people with ideas. You should see some of the ideas that they thrown in there, dude, that may come to life. So you need to jump in that Discord, brother. I'm telling you.
I think our skills are going to be how to do educational shows. I know a lot of people want to get into them, and there's a lot of Dove stuff in it, but there's a lot of stuff that most people don't think about. Shows. So I'll start that here in about a month. I'll start posting episodes on my Ark Adventure YouTube. So
I also want to say, if you're not following John, y'all should be. Y'all should be looking out for this guy. He's gonna go places. He's like I say, he's eventually gonna end up on TV. This guy. So everything he's doing it for the right reasons. It's just for educational purposes. He's teaching kids. He's teaching people that are terrified of snakes to actually love snakes. Before we go, John, like, what could you say to like somebody coming into the hobby? I'm gonna stay with my question, man.
Well, stay away from Facebook groups. I've seen people get burned about how they set up their cages and get ragged on. Find a local breeder, find somebody that you can trust, and walk you through. And you're going to make mistakes, but get over it, move on, and learn from it, and make the next day better.
We all learn. We all have had mistakes, and we all learn from them. The only thing you can do is just keep going up. Like me, I'm just like doing this podcast. I was nervous, but then talking to you and everything started coming down, bro. Like started relaxing again.
Me too.
So, but yeah, brother, I'm glad that you were able to come on today. And for the people that watched and supported me, the whole time, love you guys. And I don't know, we'll be back. I don't know when we'll be back, but I'll pretty much post it. It'll probably just be me again. And whenever Medusa can come on, she's more than welcome to come on because it is our podcast. So right now, that's it for me. I don't know what, John, do you have anything else to say?
That's it for me, buddy.
Oh, I gotta shout out the sponsors for the podcast. Actually, I gotta shout out Blue Tongue Republic, Stitching Clothing, Ship Your Reptiles, South Bay Reptiles, CMB Reptiles. You know, I got so many sponsors.
Hey, that's a good problem.
You got Reptile Crew, which I'm not wearing the hat because I don't wear the hat in the gym. There you go, Reptile Crew, the brother, the homie, all nothing but positive. You got Blue Tongue Republic, KC Reptile Lab, Don Romo's from Mexican restaurant from straight out of San Antonio, Texas, and then the San Antonio Protective Security Services as well. And we got Texas Bound Gorillas is a gym fitness group that supports me and everything I do, fitness wise, snake wise, reptiles. Don't matter what it is, they support me. On that note, John, I appreciate you coming out. I love you, brother. Keep lifting each other up. Let's do what we do. Stay positive. I don't want it to end. Keep going, Chris. It's a bit too long. It's been too long. Well, ask me a question, Elba. What do you want me to ask? I'll go with one more question for you.
For me?
What's it? Yeah, for John.
Oh,
She wants me to stay a little bit longer. She says it's been too long since I've been back on YouTube.
Way too long.
Bro, so those cicadas are growing. Let me tell you that. Those cicadas you got my boys for their birthdays.
Yeah.
So the one's growing, then the other one I got from baby Jesse's Reptile World, that one's growing. They're both getting big. I'm trying. That what? Go ahead.
I'd like to find a full grown one to bring to my shows.
Dude, there's some at the expo, but they don't sell them. Like, they're not for sale. They're always not for sale. So I gotta work on ending a live better because I think I don't end lives well. Better be soon, sir. Let me see if I think I have a question for you. So, what was the last thing I asked you?
In a hospital, I believe.
No, it was about if you have anything to say to like beginning up and coming, keepers/breeders.
Oh, so another thing, don't jump stick with that gene. Don't do else like I have done and other numerous people have done. Don't go see a snake and buy it and overwhelm yourself. Pick a gene that you want to work with and focus on that one gene until you get what you want, and then move on. Most people, I think, buy 1,000 snakes and wind up being overran, and not even stuck with the original plan.
I am, bro. So you're right about that. I will say that, like, when I came into the hobby, I regretted not looking around, not searching what I really wanted to work with, and I jumped straight into balls. And then I went and bought like 60 ball pythons, and I thought I was gonna be a millionaire, just like everybody else. Obviously not. Had a clutch, and then most of them, my other females, they laid non-fertile eggs, which sucked, which hurt. So it was like 9 eggs, unfertile eggs. Dude, like clutch after clutch. And I was like, shit. So my only snake that hit was the banana het pied, het ghost.
Oh, I love
and
that.
then I got the calico. I got actually a baby calico, het pied, het ghost. So it's a banana calico actually. So he's freaking gorgeous. But yeah, I would say that too. Don't jump into something without really finding what you want to work with. If you're afraid of big snakes, well, find somebody who has big snakes so you can actually learn and see what they're about before you actually go buy a ball python or boa or whatever it may be. Before you jump into anything, just do your research.
And I bet you your balls, pythons, the retics are a lot more clever and smarter about wanting to get away or how they act. They're intelligent animals.
Bro, I love my retics. I love the retics. Now, had I known, I would have gotten like 60 retics. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. But had I started with read six, I would have probably stayed with like 4 or 3. You know, like what I have now. I have 3. I want one more, but I'm trying to clean out first, clean out my collection. Trying to get rid of what I don't want to work with. That what's up?
I said, send me what you got available and we'll talk.
Definitely, bro. Definitely gonna talk. You know that we always talk. I need to start talking to you a lot more, brother, because I know you've been going through some things, and I got to be there for you, like you've been there for me. Um, but yeah, we gotta talk a lot more. So Eva wants me to shout out our team captains on our Discord. Eva is my team captain for my Discord. It's Camaro. She's the captain. Shout her out. She does everything in my Discord. She's awesome. She's amazing. She's a big time supporter. And I got other captains. I got Tyler from Harbor Bay area. I got well, I had 2, but I guess they left. Um, Madison. She's also another captain. She does amazing work as well. I think I'm gonna make Irresistible Balls a captain in there in my Discord because they're just awesome. They're just amazing people, and that's all. I think that's all my captains right now, unless I'm missing one. Am I missing one, Eva? Am I missing any captains?
I got a question.
What's up, big dog?
Have you ever did a raffle for a state before?
Have I ever had a what?
Do a raffle to like raise money, but for like say if you had a ball python that you really didn't need for your collection. Have you ever did a raffle for it? Have you done something like that before?
No, I've actually like when people raffle or need something to raffle off, I actually donated my snakes so they could raffle. Like, let's say for surgeries or for medical bills or something, for like a funeral or something, like somebody. And I've looked into my snakes and I'd be like, oh, I'm not gonna work with that really, so I'll get rid of it.
Right. Like,
But I've seen people that do that though, like they'll raffle off snakes and try to help them get money, or they use TikTok, dude, which is amazing. TikTok is actually amazing because what I want to do is like what always been telling you, start a like reptile zoo down here in San Antonio, just strictly reptiles. Try to open up a little shop, which I found a place, but I need to raise the funds for it. You know what I'm saying? So like that's what I have TikTok for. Like when I jump in lives, everybody's like, "Oh, it's Big Flex, and y'all need to go show him love," or something, because he's always showing love. 'Cause I show love because that's what my dad taught me to do. It's like always be kind, always be who you are. Till somebody does something bad on you. I haven't snapped yet, bro, but I'm getting to that point.
Get it. What you ought to do is have your contest like we did the last time I was down there to raise money.
The what?
Remember when we sung that together on that live?
We
I think
sung.
it was Backstreet Boys.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Stacy left. She left the group. She left the Discord. So that's why I didn't shout Stacy out. She told me she left. Without a doubt, Flex and always showing love. Tanner is another good dude. So Tanner also has a insect, like breeding insect company. He sells mealworms, or he breeds mealworms and whatnot.
I got.
I think he sells.
Well, if everybody
Is
didn't
it
grow,
just mealworms, Tanner? I think he does other stuff too. Like he makes other things. But I think his shop is online. You can go check it out or talk to him. Oh, he does, and he sells rodents too. He freezes them.
okay, cool. Live, but yeah, I thought about freezing some.
So he does. He freezes rodents. So I'm trying to get my money up there to where I can get my rodents however I need them, because I was getting. He does feeders and crested. Oh, and crested geckos. He sells crested geckos. Oh, it's just straight feeders. Okay. But Yeah, dude. So, like, I'm telling you, man, you jump in the Discord, you meet a bunch of new people. They're awesome. They're amazing. The group that we got in the Discord right now are just
I think I'm a part of it.
they're just lift up. Are you?
I
I
think
don't know. I haven't seen you in there.
I
I
haven't.
think you went in there and they're super serpents. That's why. But yeah, brother, like I would love to have you in there more involved. Check out the stuff that we talk about and post stuff in there, dude. It's amazing. Like
I'll do
never
that.
thought I could have a team that big, 60 something members. I mean, somebody. I mean, I gotta be doing something right, you know.
But think about it. When I first met you and we started doing Instagrams and stuff like that, the lives, did you really think this is where we'd be in what a matter of a year or two?
But honestly, I didn't think I was gonna come back. Like you were my first live on YouTube, and I wanted to talk to like show everybody what you're doing for the Ark Adventures. Everybody needs to know what you're doing for that. You know, your new uh, what is it? Like snake company or
Who, me?
yeah?
No, I mean, I'm just,
What is the Ark Adventures? Is it like a
it's
is it
just a
teaching?
my ministry to, bring kids to church and, teach them that for me, animals make everything else more fun, right? If I can bring illustrate animals into something, anything I'm doing, I'm gonna be more interesting because that's my thing. So that maybe we'll reach the next Brian Barczyk, or maybe we'll reach the next big breeder that finds a new gene that we haven't discovered yet. You know, sharing. It don't matter what you do in life, whatever your passion is. If you ain't sharing it, you could be doing your community a lot of disjustice because you don't know who you might affect and who might be the next person for you.
Who? But Tanner rescues animals too. That's awesome.
That's hard. A lot of people think, I'm gonna rescue an animal, get a cool animal out of it, and you do, but it comes a lot of heartache too because I've gotten snakes that had mites and I didn't know it, and I didn't, on my fault, I didn't really contain them like I should have, and I'll never do that again because I had to fight with mites forever. We finally got that down. We got a year of mastics in. He's still missing. He's still not like he can grow it back, but he's missing an arm that a kid had that really got bored of it and quit playing with it. Um, he's friendly, but he's not. He looks like crap because he was never taken care of.
Bro, I gotta say, because I honestly thought you were gonna be a rescue with the Ark Adventures and stuff. Like, because at first I saw you taking in animals, and I thought you were gonna be a rescue, and I was like, man, like rescuing animals is really hard. Uh, it's hard for a lot of rescuers, and there's a person I ran into on TikTok. She rescues tarantulas, spiders, and stuff like when people don't want them anymore. You know, she was talking about how hard it was, and like the heartaches that come with it because you don't know what's wrong with the spider or whatever the not or whatever's wrong with the reptile. You know, like you said, that could be missing an arm, leg, or come with mites, or they just didn't treat him. They didn't take care of it properly or treat it properly, so it's always striking at you, or you know, it comes with like you said heartaches, and then the animal dies like a week later or two later.
And you invest
Just yeah,
there.
you invested all your time into it, all that money into it. You gave it a nice enclosure, and then it dies. You know, it's just sad.
Then
And I really felt like they should just become like one big old group and just become one big rescue because you got so many like smart, intelligent people helping out with each and every rescue. Like, why didn't they just come together?
so here's the and rescues ruin a lot of people too because um, when I shut my store down, I saw somebody at a rescue. I'm not going to say any names. That had a couple retics, and they're like, "Hey, we don't know what to do with them. They're too big for us. We need help." I said, "I will take them." But I messaged them 2 years, but prior before that, saying, "Hey, I do educating shows. Can I get this animal off of you to put in my shows?" They banned me for that. Like, no, we don't help out with that. I was like, okay, cool. I understand. And then 2 years later, this comes up and I said, "Hey, I'm still here. I deal with retics daily. I have my own. If you need help with them, I'll take them in." and they bashed me like, I told you, da, 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 da. I'm like, hey, I'm not using them for animal or for shows. You said you needed help. I'm here. And if you're going to be a rescue and give up and get a rescue them to build them up to get them back to people, you can't be picky about who gets them because they can handle or not be what you think they're going to use them for. I was the best option they had at the time for those retics. My life was devoted to retics. I know how to handle them, how to read them. I know what they'll need, and just to say, because I do educational shows, to me, I mean, maybe I'm being petty, but I think I'd want somebody that uses animals for educational because they take time to learn them and deal with them. And because you can't just take any animal and say, here, hold my animal. This is what it's about. You got to work with them. You got to build them up where they trust people. It's a lot of work. It's not just to put it down for 4 months and hopefully he's still nice when I get him out to go take him to a school.
What's up, Lakers? How you doing, brother? Glad you showed up to show support. All right.
Sorry.
Nah, you're good, brother. I appreciate that. That's exactly why we do these podcasts for. I love it. I love everything we talk about, and especially when we talk about you or how the name came about and stuff like that. And I appreciate you for being on. I gave you extra time, Eva. There you go. You happy? But John is going to come back for a part 2. Hopefully, he's on the news or something, and he goes further where he's going in his path. But other than that, y'all guys, you have anything else to say, John, before I tell everybody good night?
Live your dream. Don't let nobody stop it because you're having a bad day.
On that note, make sure y'all lift whoever needs up. Lift them up, show them love, be positive and spread that positive energy to everybody else. On that note, y'all have a good night, and we'll see you on the next one.
Thank you.
I like the way you're just like, thank you.